Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to stay tuned to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on the possible signings of Lakers, and what I can tell you is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and if you don't want to miss any information, stay tuned. We have exclusive news every day. If you are a true Lakers and don't want to be left out of the news, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's go to the video.
Lakers reportedly have big plans to develop Austin Reeves into their next Kyrie Irving. Austin Reeves' bold decision to turn down a contract extension with the Los Angeles Lakers back in June is starting to look like a smart move, and the Lakers seem ready to reward that bet in a big way. While most of the team's upcoming contracts are expected to stick to short-term, two-year deals for financial flexibility, Reeves is reportedly the exception. According to ESPN, the Lakers are preparing a long-term plan centered around the rising star, and it goes well beyond just a new contract. From undrafted to Kyrie comparison, Reeves' rise in LA. Since joining the Lakers as an undrafted rookie in 2021, Austin Reeves has become one of the team's most valuable and consistent contributors. His development has been nothing short of impressive, and now, the front office believes he's ready to take on an even bigger role alongside newly acquired Luka Doncic. In fact, Reeves is being groomed to play a role similar to what Jalen Brunson and later Kyrie Irving played next to Luka in Dallas, a dynamic shot-creating guard who can play both on and off the ball, stretch the floor, and handle late-game responsibilities. He's got that blend of IQ, confidence, and skill that makes you trust him in the big moments, a Lakers insider told ESPN. We believe he can grow into something really special, and not just as a role player. We see something much bigger. Lakers prepared to offer long-term deal, despite cap flexibility concerns. The Lakers have made it clear this offseason that they want to preserve cap flexibility heading into 2027, when a major reset could take place. That's why most players have only been offered shorter two-year contracts. But Reeves is reportedly the exception to that rule. The front office views Reeves as a long-term piece of the puzzle and is willing to go beyond the two-year framework to lock him in, likely with a multi-year deal worth upwards of $30 million per season. That number tracks with Reeves' own valuation. When he became eligible for a four-year, $89.2 million extension in June, he turned it down, betting on himself and aiming higher. At the time, it was the maximum the Lakers were allowed to offer under NBA rules. Now, with free agency dynamics shifting and the market becoming clearer, his gamble appears to be paying off. Despite playoff struggles, Reeves proved his value. While Reeves didn't shine in the postseason the way many hoped, he was instrumental in helping the Lakers secure the No. 3 seed, marking the franchise's first direct playoff qualification since the NBA introduced the play-in tournament. His regular season numbers back it up. 20.2 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 5.8 assists, 37.7% from three-point range. He posted career highs across the board, showing that he's not just a role player anymore. He's evolving into a core piece of the franchise. And that three-point shooting? It's exactly what the Lakers have desperately needed, especially with the spacing required to make a Luka Doncic-led offense work. A new era in LA? If the Lakers follow through on their plans, we could be witnessing the beginning of a new duo in Los Angeles, Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, a pairing built not just on raw talent, but on trust, development, and long-term vision. The front office clearly believes Reeves has the potential to become something greater. And with the right investment, both financially and strategically, they may be unlocking a new star right under their own roof. Reeves' contract could shift the Lakers' long-term identity. The Lakers' reported willingness to break from their short-term cap strategy for Austin Reeves signals something much larger, a possible shift in how the franchise views its long-term identity. While the spotlight has often been on superstar names like LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and now Luka Doncic, it's becoming clear that Reeves is being positioned as a foundational piece of the franchise's next era. If the Lakers are serious about contending over the next 5 to 7 years, locking in guys like Reeves is essential, said an NBA scout familiar with the team's internal dynamics. He's the type of glue player every championship roster needs. Sources close to the team also suggest that Reeves' high basketball IQ, unselfish play, and steady improvement have earned him significant respect in the locker room, particularly from veterans like LeBron, who's publicly praised him multiple times for stepping up in big moments. Fan and media reaction. Is Reeves worth $30 million per year? News of Reeves potentially landing a deal worth over $30 million per season has sparked debate among fans and analysts alike. While many applaud the Lakers for investing in homegrown talent, others question whether Reeves has reached a level of production to justify such a major payday. "He's been a great story, no doubt," said ESPN's Brian Windhorst. "But now the pressure ramps up. If you're getting paid like an all-star, you have to produce like one." Still, a large portion of LakersNation is fully behind the move. Social media has erupted with support for Reeves, with fans calling him the most reliable player last season not named LeBron, and praising his growth from undrafted rookie to indispensable starter. "Pay that man. We develop him, he delivers. It's time to treat him like a franchise player," one fan wrote on X, formerly Twitter. How Reeves complements Luka Doncic. One of the most intriguing aspects of this story is how Reeves fits alongside Luka Doncic, the Lakers' blockbuster acquisition. While Luka will remain the primary playmaker, Reeves provides a perfect counterbalance. He can run the offense when Luka sits, stretch the floor, and defend multiple positions. Analysts have drawn comparisons to the success Doncic had with Jalen Brunson in 2022 and Kyrie Irving more recently, noting how important it is for Luka to have a reliable secondary ball handler who doesn't need constant touches to stay effective. Reeves gives them the versatility and spacing Kyrie did, without the ball-dominant style. "He complements Luka, not competes with him," said an assistant coach from a Western Conference rival. What comes next for the Lakers roster? The Reeves extension, if finalized, could set the tone for the rest of the Lakers offseason. While the team still needs to address frontcourt depth and perimeter defense, securing Reeves long-term would stabilize one of the most critical positions on the roster. It could also have ripple effects. If Reeves signs a deal closer to $30 million annually, it may limit the Lakers' ability to add a third max player down the line. But sources suggest the front office is willing to live with that. They believe in what Reeves brings both on and off the court. Bottom line, a gamble that's paying off. Austin Reeves bet on himself, and it's paying off. Not just in dollars, but in role, recognition, and trust. From undrafted to irreplaceable, his journey is becoming one of the most inspiring development stories in recent Lakers history. And if this next contract is any indication, the franchise isn't just rewarding that journey, they're ready to build on it. With Luka Doncic now in town and a new-look Lakers roster forming around youth, shooting, and versatility, Austin Reeves may not just be part of the plan, he may be the plan. Luka Doncic could secure full no-trade clause in future Lakers deal. One of the biggest questions of the Lakers offseason has finally been answered. Luka Doncic has officially signed a contract extension with Los Angeles, committing to the team for at least the next 3 seasons. The extension, signed on the very first day he became eligible, locks Doncic into a 3-year deal with a player option for the 2028-29 season, effectively giving him the freedom to re-enter free agency in the summer of 2028, right when he hits the coveted 10-year mark in NBA service. Why this contract structure matters for Doncic, and for the Lakers. This deal wasn't just about security or money. It was strategic. There are 2 key reasons why this structure makes perfect sense for Doncic. The 10-year rule. By becoming a free agent after 10 years of NBA service, Doncic becomes eligible for the most lucrative contract tier available, known as the Supermax. Although he missed out on a potential $340 million Supermax from the Mavericks by being traded, he now positions himself to sign a 5-year deal worth more than $400 million with the Lakers in 2028. Unlocking a no-trade clause. According to NBA insider Mark Stein, this contract format also sets Doncic up to qualify for a full no-trade clause in his next deal, something only a few NBA players have ever had. Under current league rules, a player can only receive a no-trade clause if they've played at least 8 years in the NBA, and spent at least 4 seasons with their current team, and are signing a brand new contract, not an extension. When Doncic becomes an unrestricted free agent in 2028 and re-signs with the Lakers, he'll meet all those requirements. Even though technically he'll have played just 3.5 seasons in Los Angeles by that time, sources tell the Stein line that the league will recognize him as a 4-year Laker, due to completing 4 full seasons by the time the new contract begins. This isn't just about locking Luka in now, one team source said. It's about giving him every reason to want to stay long-term, and giving him control over his future in LA. The Lakers are all in on Luka. And why wouldn't they be? The Lakers have made it clear. They'll give Luka anything he asks for. Just as they did with LeBron James in 2022, when they granted him a full no-trade clause after 4 seasons, they're fully prepared to do the same for Doncic in 2028. Yes, that comes with some risk. A player holding that level of contractual control can always decide to walk. But the Lakers are betting big on their culture, vision, and commitment to stars. And if Doncic's actions over the last few months are any indication, he's just as committed to Los Angeles as they are to him. Pau Gasol congratulates Luka on extension. A new chapter begins. Doncic had reportedly been eager to get the deal done for weeks. The timing aligned perfectly. He was back in Los Angeles as part of his Jordan Brand tour and was able to sign the extension in person on day one of eligibility. Shortly after the news broke, Lakers legend Pau Gasol took to social media to congratulate Luka, celebrating what could be the beginning of a new golden era for the franchise. "Welcome home, Luka. Let's make history," Gasol wrote, echoing the excitement shared by fans and team insiders alike. Clear direction, big expectations. With Luka now officially locked in, the Lakers have clarity, stability, and direction. After years of uncertainty and short-term roster building, they now have a superstar to anchor their future, and a path toward true contention. Doncic is entering the prime of his career. He spent the summer focusing on conditioning, reportedly arriving to training in the best shape of his life. With his mind and body in sync, many believe this could be the season he finally claims the title of best player in the world. And for the Lakers, who've built their legacy on legendary talents, from Magic to Kobe to LeBron, it looks like they've found their next generational star. The contract is signed. The vision is clear. Luka Doncic isn't just here to play, he's here to lead. What Doncic's deal means for the Lakers' future. With Luka Doncic officially tied to the franchise through at least 2028, the Los Angeles Lakers now have a rare opportunity, build around a young superstar entering his prime, with full buy-in from the player himself. This isn't just about numbers on a contract. It's a cultural reset. The Lakers are moving from an era defined by short-term superstar pairings and quick fixes to one that promises stability, structure, and long-term contention. And Luka, still only 26 years old, is at the center of that vision. This move sends a clear message to the rest of the league, said an anonymous Western Conference executive. The Lakers aren't just trying to win now, they're building something sustainable around Luka. Inside the front office's strategy, long-term versus legacy. Sources around the league suggest that the Lakers front office, led by GM Rob Pelinka and basketball advisor Kurt Rambis, is carefully crafting a post-LeBron identity. That identity is increasingly built around Doncic's generational offensive talent, combined with younger, high-IQ role players like Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. There's also talk that the franchise may soon shift its philosophy around trades and player development. Instead of sacrificing depth and picks for aging stars, the Lakers are now focused on creating a roster that enhances Luka's strengths, spacing, playmaking support, and defensive versatility. They know what went wrong in Dallas, said ESPN's Dave McMenamin. Luka can't do everything himself. So now they're focused on finding him the right system, not just the right co-stars. Repercussions across the league. Doncic's decision to commit to the Lakers sends shockwaves well beyond Los Angeles. For starters, it closes the door on years of speculation that Luka might explore free agency to chase different opportunities, especially in New York or Miami, both of which have been quietly monitoring his situation since the Dallas trade. It also potentially reshapes how other stars approach their future. Several league insiders have noted that top-tier free agents may now be more willing to join the Lakers, knowing that Luka is the face of the franchise for the foreseeable future. Superstars want to play with Luka, said NBA agent Bill Duffy. He's a magnet, guys love his game, and more importantly, they believe he can win it all. The no-trade clause, more than just a perk. If Doncic signs his next deal in 2028 with a full no-trade clause, as expected, it will place him in extremely rare company. Only a handful of players in NBA history have ever secured such power over their careers, including LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and Dirk Nowitzki. For Luka, this clause would symbolize trust, loyalty, and leverage, not just with the Lakers, but with the league at large. A no-trade clause gives Luka complete control of his destiny, said Mark Stein. It shows the franchise believes in him not just as a player, but as a leader and a long-term face of the organization. And let's be clear, the Lakers are more than willing to give it to him. All eyes on the 2025-26 season. With the Doncic deal finalized and a clear commitment from the front office, expectations are already sky-high for the upcoming season. Luka is expected to return to camp in elite shape, and the Lakers are rumored to be targeting one more significant roster addition before training camp begins. If all goes as planned, this could be the most balanced Lakers team in years, with Donic orchestrating the offense, Reeves stepping into a bigger secondary role, and the supporting cast finally built with purpose. "We're not chasing quick fixes anymore," a team executive said. "We're chasing banners, with Luka leading the way." The big loser in LeBron's wake after Luka's new Lakers deal. Luka Doncic's contract extension with the Lakers has brought relief to the fanbase and a clear sense of direction for the franchise's future. The star signed a 3-year, $165 million deal, committing himself to the team through 2029. But according to Sam Quinn of CBS Sports, not everyone came out ahead. LeBron James has been identified as one of the biggest losers in this negotiation. Lakers shift from LeBron's playbook to Luka's vision. Quinn points out that the way the Lakers are now building their roster marks a sharp departure from the old LeBron blueprint. That blueprint was about aggressive trades for stars and going all in immediately. Instead, the front office is taking a more cautious, patient approach, listening to Donic, opting for shorter contracts, and prioritizing long-term flexibility. If this were a young LeBron James instead of Luka, it's very possible he wouldn't have signed this extension, Quinn writes. LeBron's playbook has always been to push franchises to act fast, trading picks and betting everything on a championship-ready roster. LeBron no longer the focal point. LeBron's absence from Doncic's extension press conference, along with cryptic comments from his agent Rich Paul, have fueled speculation about his changing role in Los Angeles. At 40, LeBron is still playing at an elite level, but for the first time in his career, he is no longer the centerpiece of the Lakers' plans. The team is betting on Luka's longevity and future prime, while LeBron is increasingly viewed as a transitional figure. Quinn argues that if Donic had refused to extend, the Lakers likely would have bowed to pressure and gone all in now, which would have favored LeBron's immediate championship chase but jeopardized the team's future. Luka's own setback, financially, at least. Interestingly, Quinn also labels Luka a loser from a financial standpoint. Had he stayed with the Dallas Mavericks, Donic could have signed a 5-year deal worth around $335 million. In Los Angeles, he passed on a 4-year, nearly $220 million offer in favor of this 3-year contract. But there's a method to the madness. With a player option in 2028, Luka is projected to qualify for a supermax deal worth over $417 million, according to ESPN. That would put his earnings above $1 million per game, but he has to wait 3 more years for that payday. What this means for the Lakers' future, Luka and LeBron. Why is LeBron considered a loser in Luka's extension? Because the Lakers are prioritizing a long-term vision centered on Donic, rather than chasing immediate reinforcements, something LeBron historically pushed for in his prime. Did LeBron want the Lakers to trade for more stars? Yes. Throughout his career, LeBron has pressured teams to make aggressive moves for instant titles. The Lakers, however, chose a different, more measured path. Did Luka lose money with this deal? Yes, in the short term. He could have earned more with Dallas or by taking the longer 4-year deal in LA. But the plan is to lock in a much bigger supermax contract in 2028. How does this affect LeBron's role on the team? He moves from being the team's central figure to a secondary piece around Luka. This shift could impact his influence in the locker room and minutes on the court. The ripple effects of Luka's extension on the Lakers' landscape. Luka Doncic's new deal signals a seismic shift in the Lakers' organizational philosophy, and its repercussions are already reverberating throughout the NBA. Impact on team chemistry and leadership. With LeBron stepping back from his role as the undisputed leader, the locker room dynamics are evolving. Younger players are now looking toward Luka as the franchise cornerstone, which could alter leadership roles and on-court chemistry. The Lakers will need to balance honoring LeBron's legacy and leadership while empowering Luka to steer the team forward. Front office strategy and roster moves. The front office's new approach, favoring patience and flexibility over quick fixes, means the Lakers may avoid blockbuster trades or aggressive free agency splurges in the short term. This could frustrate fans craving immediate contention, but is a strategic move to build a sustainable contender around Luka. Additionally, the front office's commitment to shorter contracts creates more salary cap flexibility in future seasons, allowing the Lakers to pursue stars or make mid-season adjustments without being hamstrung by long-term commitments. LeBron's future, transition or reinvention. At 40, LeBron's role as a supporting player doesn't diminish his value, but does raise questions about how long he'll continue at this elite level and how he will adapt his game. His presence could become more of a mentor role, helping nurture younger talent while still delivering on the court when it counts. The tension between LeBron's desire for immediate success and the franchise's longer-term plan centered on Luka could lead to difficult decisions down the line, whether that means adjusting LeBron's minutes, reconsidering his contract, or eventually moving on. Market and fan reactions. Fans and analysts alike are divided. Some praise the Lakers for securing Luka's future and avoiding rash moves, seeing it as a smart play to build a dynasty. Others feel the franchise is abandoning LeBron's winning now mentality, fearing that it could cost the Lakers championships in the short term. Media narratives will likely continue debating whether this shift is a masterstroke or a gamble that risks alienating a franchise legend. NBA-wide implications. Luka's extension also sends ripples across the league. Teams now see the Lakers doubling down on Luka's superstar potential, which could influence other franchises' strategies when dealing with their own young stars. It may also affect free agency dynamics, as players weigh the Lakers' evolving identity when considering offers. Looking ahead. The next few seasons will be pivotal. If Luka lives up to his potential and leads the Lakers to sustained success, this extension will be hailed as visionary. But if the Lakers falter, questions about sidelining LeBron and the short-term sacrifices may come back to haunt the organization. One thing is certain, the Lakers are at a crossroads, and Luka Doncic's new deal marks the beginning of a bold new chapter, one that redefines the franchise's present and future alike. Luka Donic has moved on after Mavericks trade, and he's all in on the Lakers. Even months later, it still feels surreal. Luka Donic is now the face of the Los Angeles Lakers. In a stunning mid-season twist, the Lakers managed to land one of the NBA's brightest stars after the Dallas Mavericks inexplicably moved on from Donic, not long after he had carried them all the way to the 2024 NBA Finals. It was a move that shocked the league and, understandably, left Donic heartbroken. After all, he'd envisioned spending his entire career in Dallas. But fast forward to today, and Donic has fully embraced his new home, one that knows how to treat its superstars. A fresh start in purple and gold. At just 26 years old, Donic is entering his prime and has already taken a huge step toward building a long-term legacy in Los Angeles. He recently signed a 3-year contract extension with a player option for the 2028-29 season. He could have waited. He could have played hardball. But instead, he chose commitment, locking in financial security while also giving himself the flexibility to control his future. More importantly, he made a statement. He's here to lead, and he's here to win. At his introductory press conference, Donic looked visibly lighter, happier, more relaxed, and re-energized. And according to his agent, Laura Beth Seeger, there's a reason for that. He's moved on, Seeger told The Athletic, speaking candidly about the emotional fallout from his Dallas exit. He's not carrying any baggage. He's fully focused on what's ahead. And what's ahead is championship ambition, plain and simple. He's here. He wants to bring the best players here. He wants to win, and he knows it starts with him, Seeger continued. This offseason, he sent a message: people can say what they want, that I'm not a leader, or I'm too emotional, or whatever. I don't care anymore. I'm going to show them who I really am. From the pain of a trade to the promise of a new era. Donic may have taken a personal hit after the Mavericks' decision, but he's channeling that pain into purpose. Despite all he's already accomplished, he's approaching this new chapter with the urgency of a veteran who understands that greatness isn't given, it's taken. The critics have questioned his leadership. They've questioned his conditioning. They've questioned whether he could carry a team to a title. Now he has the perfect platform, and the motivation, to silence them all. And the Lakers? They've never been shy about chasing greatness. They've seen it before, from Magic, to Kobe, to LeBron. Now, it's Luka's turn. Building a legacy in LA. Donic isn't just here to rack up stats. He's here to raise banners. In private conversations, and even in early interviews, he's made it clear, he wants to leave a lasting mark on the franchise. He wants to win championships. He wants to see his jersey hanging in the rafters at Crypto.com Arena when it's all said and done. He's not just thinking about the next season, he's thinking about the next decade. Final word: Dallas let go, LA embraced. Whether Dallas gave up too soon or made the right call will be debated for years. But one thing is already crystal clear: Luka Donic is exactly where he's supposed to be. He's moved on from the heartbreak. He's turned the page. And now, surrounded by an iconic franchise, a massive spotlight, and a fanbase that thrives on greatness, Donic has a chance to write the next legendary chapter in Lakers history. And this time, he's doing it on his terms. League-wide shockwaves and the media firestorm. Luka's blockbuster move to Los Angeles didn't just shift team dynamics, it sent shockwaves across the NBA. Pundits, players, and fans alike were left stunned that Dallas, a team that had just made the NBA Finals, would part ways with their generational superstar. The trade was seen by many as a moment that could define both franchises for years to come. On ESPN, Brian Windhorst labeled the deal the most confusing franchise decision since OKC traded James Harden, while Zach Lowe added that the Mavericks may have permanently closed their title window by letting Luka go. Meanwhile, over on social media, #LukaToLA trended for days. Lakers fans celebrated the arrival of a new face of the franchise, while Mavericks fans struggled to process the loss of a player many thought would retire a Mav. You don't trade away 26-year-old MVP-caliber talent unless there's a complete breakdown, tweeted NBA analyst Kendrick Perkins. But the Lakers just hit the jackpot. Inside the Lakers locker room, a new era begins. From the moment Doncic walked into the Lakers facility, it was clear the culture was shifting. LeBron James, whose status remains uncertain moving forward, reportedly met with Doncic privately after the trade and gave his full blessing. According to team sources, LeBron told Lakers executives, "If you're handing the keys to anyone, Luka's the right guy." Anthony Davis, now one of the few remaining championship pieces from the 2020 team, has already started off-season workouts with Doncic. The two have built early chemistry on and off the court, with AD praising Luka's leadership style and attention to detail. "He's vocal. He's locked in. He wants to win now," Davis told Spectrum Sportsnet. "And that's what this team needs, urgency. The fans are all in. If there's one thing LakersNation knows how to do, it's embrace a star, and Luka has already felt the love. From murals popping up across LA to sell-out summer workouts open to fans, the city has welcomed him with open arms. Jerseys with Doncic 77 in purple and gold are already flying off the shelves. Even Hollywood is getting involved, with stars like Snoop Dogg, Bad Bunny, and Jack Nicholson publicly celebrating the move. "We've had legends wear this jersey," said one fan at a recent team event. But Luka might be the one who bridges the past to the future. Eyes on the future, and the banner. While Doncic is still chasing his first championship, his arrival in Los Angeles feels like the start of something bigger. The front office has already begun reshaping the roster around him, targeting shooters, playmakers, and veterans hungry to win. Rumors are swirling that the Lakers are looking to add another all-star via trade before the season starts, with names like DeJounte Murray and Lauri Markkanen linked to LA. Luka, for his part, has been actively involved in those discussions, a sign of how much trust the organization is placing in him. "He's not just the new face of the franchise," one executive said. "He's becoming the heartbeat of everything we're building." Final thoughts: Luka isn't just chasing greatness, he's rewriting it. In a league constantly chasing the next big thing, Luka Doncic is the moment. He's no longer the young prodigy waiting in the shadows of legends, he is the legend in the making. And now, with the full force of the Lakers brand behind him, a front office ready to build around him, and a city that's fallen in love with him overnight, Luka isn't just trying to recover from a trade. He's trying to make history. And if the early signs are any indication, he just might do it, one banner, one step back, one jaw-dropping performance at a time.